What's up, guys? If you're a dog owner and you've always wanted a dog that listens perfectly in any environment, on or off leash, welcome to the most immersive YouTube series for dog training on YouTube. I'm Austin Laramie, owner of Zero to Hero Dog Training, and we are recording every single day, day 1 to day 46 of her whole training experience, from knowing nothing to being a master. This series is going to teach the everyday dog owner how to successfully live and train their dogs to have the best relationship and give their dog the best life possible. So stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, put on the notification bell. We're posting multiple times a day for the next 46 days. I'll see you there. Woo! Oh. Come on, bye, 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 bye. What's going on, guys? It is day 6 with Piper. We're working on some leash walking, and we're gonna go ahead to this playground, do some confidence building, and get her on top of a whole bunch of cool stuff. Tail with me. So we're gonna walk nicely to the park. So again, if I'm talking about leash walking, no pressure. As soon as she gets ahead of me, I'm turning around. Turning around. Tail with me. And again, she's doing very, very good on the leash now. We've done this for every session since we got her. It's day 6. Every session I always work on leash walking, because if you have a dog that can walk nice on a leash, it's half the battle. That's a dog that's aware of where you're at. And you guys know, now we're starting to add the auto sit. Good girl. She's very scanny still. Won't take food, that's all right. I just start walking. I don't look back for my dog. I don't say anything to him. And I don't tell her to sit. I just stop and I add that leash pressure. And we got my dog roaming around doing whatever he wants, man. Peeing on stuff, dude. Being a menace to society. This crazy guy. Look at this guy, man. Who does he think he is? That's a free dog. And she's starting to sniff a lot. So I'm gonna do a lot of those left turns. When she starts to sniff, I interrupt it by turning into her. I'm not gonna yank her head up. I'm not pulling her head up or anything. I'm just turning into her. I'm just gonna interrupt that sniffing. That's all I'm doing. There's a lot of goose poop here. So she wants to put her head down. I want to bring her head up, but she's not very food driven yet. Doesn't really care that much about the food. But usually what I'm doing by day 6 is I'm luring and I'm walking the dog with their head in the heel with the food right here, and they're eating while I'm walking. Mateo, walk. Okay, Mateo, break. So him running away caused her to get a little excited, wanted to follow. Tail with me. Good boy. Okay, break. And I'm gonna start using the prong collar again soon with her. But when I turn, you see I kind of pull this a little bit too to make the turn a little more, have a little more gusto, mean a little more. She's very used to Mateo now. Like I said, she's a pretty good dog. She doesn't have any major issues. She just is super nervous. I just turn into her. As long as she's sniffing, I just do those left turns. And I do random stops, making her sit. Good girl, good girl. Now here's something that I love to do too on my walks. When I do my auto sit, I don't tell her to sit. So she's allowed to move as soon as I walk. But let's say I want her to stay, then I'm just gonna tell her to sit, and now she's in the sit. Now if I move, she shouldn't, right? She should not move. Sit. And this is going to cause her to also lift her head up more. Because she's nervous, she wants to go everywhere. She's all scanny, she wants to move. So I want to get her to chill and stay in one spot. On my walks, I don't just walk. I'm working on many things. If I see a rock and a log, I'm getting her on top of it, you know? Now, break, good girl, and now I continue walking. But again, when I do my auto sit like this isn't an actual sit command. Good girl, It's not an actual sit command. It's just an automatic sit. So that means when I move, she's free to come with me. But we got a dog coming up behind us. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna step off to the side and I'm gonna have her sit. Tail, sit. Piper, sit. Good. Good. Sit.
Hey, Mark, come on. Hey.
Good. Sit. Good girl. Break. I want her to come more over here. Piper, sit. Good girl. So here comes some dogs, right? This is what I do. I just stand here and then I give her a job to do. She gets up, then I just fix it. Good girl. Really with that first dog, that was my mistake. I shouldn't have had her sit there. I should have just let her go to him and turned around. So that, again, just because you're a dog trainer doesn't mean you're making mistakes. I'm gonna show you guys my mistakes and where I think I'm wrong. Because I'm always big on, hey, if your dog's getting a little crazy, don't make them sit, get them moving. So just know, anybody as a trainer watching this is like, that dude shouldn't have had that dog sit there. At least I know my mistake. I shouldn't have had her sit there. With those two dogs, she's fine. Other dog, I should have just let her go and turned around. Break. But yeah, man, that's part of a vlog. Break. You see the mistakes. I still make mistakes, guys. You know, I'm not perfect. And you might watch the video and be like, what, where was the mistake? You know, I'm just very OCD about the way that I train. Hey,
sorry,
that's all right, baby. So a little cough right there, that's all right. Good girl. Loosen up her leash a little bit. But yeah, here's what I mean. The place can be anything. So I'm just gonna get her up on top of this log real quick. Just gonna up. Good girl, I'm not saying anything. Good girl. Letting her come up here and explore a little bit. Let her build her confidence up. And again, this can be a place too. I'm just working on that stay. When I put her up on something, I want her to understand that she has to stay up on it. Okay, break. Very good. And that's what my walks consist of. Off. Utilize those left turns, guys. Those are really, really powerful. I'm just thinking about when I let that dog pass, and I shouldn't have had her sit there. I think it was too early. I was putting too much pressure on her. Good girl. Good girl. Tail off. When she starts to get a little ahead of me now, what I'm starting to add is just sudden stops. And I pull the leash back a little bit. Because again, nervous dogs, they kind of pull not because of like just wanting to go see things. It's anxiety. They just want to go, go, go. Right? So I want to slow them down. So sometimes I'll even change my speed, right? I'll just start walking slow. Because again, you should not speed up because your dog is speeding up. If your dog is speeding up and now you're speeding up so they're not pulling, that's not what you want to do. My dog should be able to accommodate to my speed. So I slow down, I want her to slow down. I should be able to barely walk and she should just barely walk with me, or I should be able to speed up, she should come with me. I should be able to stop and she should be able to stop. And then we're teaching that auto sit there. Good girl. And again, it's not super squared right now, but the way I work, I fine tune everything. I just want to introduce her to the concept of sitting when I stop, and then I'll worry about where she sits, right by my side. And again, I should be able to slow down. She should be able to stop with me, walk slow with me. Walk at whatever speed you want to walk at and have your dog accommodate to you. Good girl. So now I'm going to work on a sit stay again. So again, this is just the auto sit, but she's not in a stay. She moves when I move. If I want her to stay, even though she's sitting, I say, Piper, sit. Now if I move, she shouldn't follow. And if she does, I fix it. Just like that. Not adding corrections. Still early. Tail with me. Thought maybe walking into her would have got her to sit down again. Good girl. And again, I'm adding some distance now. Tail sit. Down. I'm gonna walk past her. She's either gonna follow or she's gonna stay. Good. Break. Tail break. Good boy. So when you're doing your walks and you're training your dog, your walks should look like this. You know? If you're not prepared to walk your dog like this and teach them to walk on a leash, then you should not be walking your dog at all. If you're looking at this video saying, man, that's a lot of work, I just want to walk, then don't bring your dog, right? That's the only way to say it, guys. You know, I'm not trying to be super hard on anybody, but if your dog can't walk on a leash or handle themselves when dogs and people go by, you should not be walking your dog. Because if you're walking your dog and they don't know how to do it, you're allowing them to pull. You shouldn't have your dog on a flexi leash letting them walk 50 feet in front of you, let alone 3 feet in front of me like this, right? I want my dog to just be cool on a leash and just understand, just live with me. But we're coming up on the end of the path here, and there's a bench. So you know what I'm gonna do? I never miss an opportunity to work on a little bit of something. So I'm gonna put her up on this bench and we're gonna work on the play stay again. This is how your walk should look, structured. Giving your dogs sudden stops, having them sit, having them turn. It's exactly what you should be doing, guys. and also ultimately having a loose leash the whole time other than when you're turning, and not waiting for the leash to be tight before you turn. That's important too. So right, don't do that. So we got a dog, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna say Mateo place, and I'm gonna say Piper place, and that's what we do.